Let me ask you something. Have you ever walked away from a conversation feeling confused? Not angry? Not sad? Just off? Like you agreed to something you didn't want? Like your opinion slowly disappeared? Like somehow, without force, someone moved you? No shouting, no threats, just words, timing, silence. That's not coincidence. That's psychology. And today, I don't want to teach you manipulation like a weapon. I want to understand it like a mirror. Because the uncomfortable truth is this: manipulation is not rare. Manipulation is not done only by villains. Manipulation is woven into everyday human behavior. Parents use it. Partners use it. Friends use it. Bosses use it. And yet, sometimes we use it too, without realizing. So before we judge it, let's understand it. Step 1. First thought: is manipulation always bad? When we hear the word manipulation, our mind jumps to something dark: a liar, a narcissist, a control freak. But let's pause. Think about this honestly. A mother calming a crying child by redirecting attention, a teacher motivating a student by framing effort as pride, a leader inspiring people through emotional language. Is that manipulation? Technically, yes. It's influence. It's shaping perception. It's guiding emotion. So the real question isn't, is manipulation evil? The real question is, when does influence become exploitation? That's where psychology draws the line. Step 2. The core. Truth about human psychology. Here's a truth most people avoid. Humans do not operate on logic first. We operate on emotion, then justify with logic later. We like to believe we're rational, but most of our decisions are driven by fear, desire, validation. Belonging, ego, and security. Manipulation works because it targets these emotional levers, not intelligence. You don't manipulate smart people by being smarter. You manipulate them by touching what they care about. That's the uncomfortable part. Step 3. The psychology behind manipulation. Foundation. Let's think step by step. Manipulation requires 3 psychological conditions. 1. Emotional access. The manipulator understands, or guesses, what you want or fear. 2. Power imbalance, not always obvious. Could be emotional, social, financial, or psychological. 3. Lack of awareness. The victim doesn't see the pattern while it's happening. When these 3 align, manipulation becomes effortless, not loud, not dramatic. Quiet. Step 4. Technique number 1. Emotional anchoring. Let's start with one of the most common and subtle techniques: emotional anchoring. This works by connecting a feeling to a person, idea, or decision. Example: someone helps you when you're vulnerable. Later, they ask for something. You feel obligated. Not logically, but emotionally. Your mind says, they were there for me. I owe them. No contract was signed. No rule was spoken. But the anchor is set. This technique is powerful because humans hate internal conflict. We'd rather comply than feel guilty. Manipulation doesn't force. It pressures from the inside. Step 5, technique number 2. Gaslighting, the reality breaker. This one is dangerous. Gaslighting isn't just lying. It's making someone doubt their own perception. It sounds like, you're overthinking. That never happened. You're too sensitive. You always misunderstand. At first, the victim thinks, maybe I'm wrong. Over time, something breaks. They stop trusting their own memory, their own judgment, their own feelings. The manipulator doesn't control the person directly. They control reality itself. And once reality is unstable, control is easy. Step 6, and pause for reflection, human doubt. Now let me slow down here, because this is where people get uncomfortable. If manipulation is this subtle, if it uses normal human emotions, then the question becomes, have I been manipulated? Or worse, have I manipulated others? This isn't about guilt. This is about awareness. Power without awareness becomes abuse. Awareness without power becomes fear. We need balance. Step 7. Technique number 3. Scarcity and urgency. Humans fear loss more than they value gain. Psychology calls this loss aversion. Manipulators use it like this. This is your last chance. You won't find this again. Others are waiting. Time is running out. Notice something? Urgency shuts down thinking. Scarcity creates panic. When you're rushed, you don't ask questions, you react. This technique is used everywhere. Marketing, relationships, social pressure, and it works because fear speaks louder than logic. Step 8. Technique number 4. Silent treatment, control through absence. Silence is powerful, not calm silence, not peaceful silence, punishing silence. When someone withdraws attention, affection, or communication to force compliance, why does it work? Because humans are wired for connection. Rejection activates the same brain areas as physical pain. So when someone goes silent, the victim thinks, "What did I do wrong? How do I fix this? I'll do anything to make it stop." No words were used. Step 9, Technique 5, Playing the victim. This is one of the most socially accepted forms of manipulation. The manipulator positions themselves as helpless, misunderstood, or hurt. They don't attack you. They make you feel cruel for resisting them. They say things like, "After all I've done, no one ever supports me. I guess I'm always the bad one." Now the power flips. You feel guilty for setting boundaries. You feel responsible for their emotions. That's manipulation wearing the mask of pain. Step 10. Deep insight. Why manipulation works so well. Here's the hardest truth. Manipulation works because most people want peace more than truth. They want to avoid conflict, to be liked, to feel good about themselves. Manipulators don't create new weaknesses. They exploit existing ones. And the more empathetic you are, the more vulnerable you become. Step 11. The difference between influence and manipulation. Let's draw a clear line. Influence says, "Here's my perspective. You choose." Manipulation says, "I'll shape your emotions so you can't choose freely." Influence respects autonomy. Manipulation removes it. Quietly. That's the difference. Step 12. How to protect yourself, not aggressively. Protection isn't about becoming cold or paranoid. It's about awareness. 1. Slow down decisions. Urgency is a red flag. 2. Observe patterns, not words. Manipulation is consistent behavior, not one moment. 3. Trust emotional discomfort. Confusion is often a signal. 4. Set boundaries without explaining. You don't owe everyone justification. A simple no is powerful. Step 13. Final reflection, human perspective. Let me end this honestly. Manipulation isn't just a psychological technique. It's a human shortcut. People manipulate when they're afraid, when they lack power, when they don't know how to ask directly. Understanding manipulation doesn't mean using it. It means seeing clearly, and clarity is the real power. Conclusion. The quiet power. The strongest people don't manipulate. They don't need to. They speak clearly. They act consistently. They let others choose. Because real power doesn't control minds. It stands firm enough that control isn't required.